All right, we are matched up for round 4. Hopefully my computer stays strong. Won the die roll, playing against Gristlepuff Bob Huang. One lander. I think this is a fine one lander though. Unfortunately, I think he's probably playing a deck I cannot beat. He's either gonna be on like Dark Depths or the Phoenix deck. I did just beat Dark Depths, but I feel like I got a little lucky because I think it's a bad matchup for Miracles. In the Phoenix deck, I've literally never lost to Miracles with it in like 10 rounds, so it's bad. Gonna just ponder here, looking for lands. 1, 2, 3. Nope. Next turn, probably passing with the AK up and the counter spell. Oh, okay, that's fine. Wasteland? I guess he's probably on depths. We'll see. If he's on like Delver or something, we might actually have like a pretty decent game. Do I play around Stifle here and show him that I'm playing 2 islands? Think not. Underground Sea. What's with the Wasteland? I'm guessing maybe he's on just like Grixis Delver or something. Just gonna let that resolve. I don't think he's doing anything else this turn. If he is, we can brainstorm. If he's not, we can AK. A lot of people on Magic Online have played against me a lot, and none of them have ever seen me play Miracles, so it will be a surprise. Hopefully he takes an accumulated knowledge. That would be sweet. That would be sweet. That would be super sweet. What is he gonna take? I'm thinking like he either takes Counterspell or Terminus. Terminus is like reasonable if he's on Grixis Delver. It's reasonable, but it's not like insane either. He's not playing a creature this turn. Obviously he kept his hand because he thought I was on like a combo deck, because if this is Grixis Delver, turn 1 Wasteland, turn 2 Thoughtseize is not a good start against Miracles. He's thinking for a really long time though. Must be a tough one. I think he's considering like, I'm not sure. My hand, I'm not sure what you take. Counter spell's pretty good. I mean, I can see why this is a difficult Thoughtseize. Because taking the Terminus is like... Okay, he takes the Counterspell. Nice, drew a land. And an accumulated knowledge. Alright, this is like playing Gristlebrand all of a sudden, and I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. I might just get rid of this Terminus. If he doesn't play a creature this turn, it's reasonable for me to brainstorm into AK, because I'm going to be able to find answers to his creatures, certainly, with all of these AKs and stuff, but I don't really want to get wasted off my white, so I don't really see why like setting up a terminus makes any sense. But I think just drawing a bunch of cards of this at the end of his turn actually seems pretty good. I could also just accumulate knowledge if he does literally nothing else than this ponder. Yeah, so I'll just AK. I don't need to fetch. There's no reason for me to brainstorm now. I'm going to draw 2 cards. I'm probably going to hit another land. That's interesting. Maybe I should have brainstormed there for Force of Will. I'm going to brainstorm now, looking for lands. Oh my god. So I could AK. Seems okay. AK, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Actually, no, I'm gonna ponder because he could daze it, and that's just like way too good. 1, 2, 3. No. Because that would make me miss my land drop if I let him daze that, which could actually put him in a position where he wins. Similarly, I'm not going to be AKing at the end of his turn no matter what. I mean, almost no matter what. If he plays a creature, I get to Terminus. If he doesn't, I can just shuffle that away because I have another Terminus. I don't need the cards, really. I mean, I do, but because they'll hit my land drops. But I don't want to get it dazed and lose my Terminus on top, and yeah. I mean, he's going to take the back to basics, I think. So maybe this is like really slow. So maybe he's playing the Phoenix deck with Wasteland. That might be what's going on here. That might be what's going on here. If he were to say combo right now, I can Terminus, which resets his whole thing. Which might mean he leaves the brainstorm, or takes the brainstorm out of my hand. What did he take? Back to basics, yeah. So he's not comboing. Back to basics is good against him. I'm going to fetch. And that's it. Just gonna fetch. We're really good at not hitting land drops. What in the world? What in the world? Huh. Counterbalance is really good. Lands are great. One, 2, 3. No. And we have 7 cards in our hand. It looked like almost more. I'm going to end of turn brainstorm here because I want to cast things. Actually, I could cast the accumulated knowledge at this point. Yeah, that's actually probably better. If he forces or dazes that, that's actually not that bad for me because my next cards are really good. And I just have so many cards anyway. If I do AK and he doesn't counter it, it's like I've got too many cards. But that's not like the worst place to be either. Yeah, that's great. God. I'm sorry, that is just so funny to me. Everything about this is really funny to me. Do I leave up a white? What is he playing? I have so many counters here that I think leaving up white is not necessary. I'm not gonna fight over this. I want to because of the clock, but I think that's not a good reason to. I mean, my clock's fine, but I know I just want to kill him. Days. Sure, that's fine. I will fight over this one. I need to get rid of some of these cards anyway. So he's playing Grixis Delver, it looks like. Although, all these discards, I don't know, maybe he's playing the Phoenix deck. I really can't tell. Still can't tell. Force. Pitching. Snapcaster Mage. I want these brainstorms. Alright, we've got some of the cards out of our hand too. Just went for the blind flip there. There's no reason for me to brainstorm. That card's not that important. Everything's fine. If he dazes, it's fine. Okay. No. Top card really doesn't matter because I'm just going to be terminusing. It's like, now I just need to figure out a way to kill him. Snap, terminus. Gonna try and hit some mana here and kill him. And putting the terminus in my hand's fine if things get out of hand somehow. I'll force here too, I think. If he dazes, I mean. Wowzers. Okay. I'm going to discard these. They don't do anything. How am I missing mana? I mean, I've got a lot of mana, but I would think I would be hitting lands with some of these things. Do I want to put this on the bottom? No. Could brainstorm. I think I have so many resources to his none that I'm just gonna probably end up killing him with Jace, if not these Snapcaster Mages. Guess he'll try and Thought Scour here. Just brainstorm now. I think he's actually going to now choose to do literally nothing and hope I lose to my clock. So that being said, let's try and kill him quickly. I'm not going to even cast anything. He can't win. his way of winning now, I can tell, is to clock me. I'll just keep brainstorming though, so that he surely can't kill me. Just gonna swords that. Try and keep him off a true name. If he plays a Gurmag Angler, I can just bounce it. Don't scour, targeting himself. No. No. I don't mind him drawing cards here. I just want to kill him. No, I'm just gonna... Oh, he thought scoured me. Interesting. I didn't notice that. Do I want to put this on the bottom? Yes. Now we hit all of our lands. I guess that's what happens when you miss a bunch of land drops. These last couple turns have been a bit sloppy. I'm just trying to finish the game. I think it would almost impossible that I lose. That being said, it is possible. Yeah, I'll reveal, sure. Force of Will on top, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. No. Just bounce that and kill him. The Force of Will on top protects this. I can even pay for 3 dazes, which he can't have, so. That should be the game. Yes. No. F6. All right. We used a lot more time than he did. Let's see if I can play any faster. Took him a long time to find a threat. I did play pretty sloppy there, but I was, like I said, really worried about the clock. Was not too worried about losing that game. don't think I could lose that game. Only losing by, like, if he lands a True Name and a Gurmag somehow because I play sloppy, I have 2 Terminuses in hand, so that takes care of that. Just makes it so I can't kill him, so it would take me, what, another 10 minutes? Anyway, Supreme Verdict seems great. Flusterstorm seems great. Gideon seems not great. Okay, I think that's what I'm bringing in. Back to Basics is great. Counterbalance is great. Snaps are good. Swords are great. Jace times 4, I think I cut 1. Force of Will, I think I can cut 1. They don't have that many spells that are important against us. I mean, like the Maverick deck with Choke, that kind of thing. Like, definitely have to Force Will, those kinds of things. This deck probably doesn't have that many. Yeah, I mean, they could be playing a Winter Orb or something weird like that, but... So I'll leave in 3. The things that I'm wanting to force are probably like True Names or their forces, or Surgical Extraction on my stuff. So anyway, let's see. Counter spell seems not the best. Maybe 2 mana. They can daze it. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna do this. I don't know if it's right. Again, for the same reasons. People go ahead and comment on the videos, especially about the sideboarding. Because I've been noticing that sideboarding is like the hardest thing with this deck. Gonna keep it. It's got a couple of super powerful spells in the matchup that are not the best on the draw, but are pretty good overall. It's got a Terminus, which is not terrible. I'm gonna play Flooded Strand and probably use it. Maybe use it. So he's kind of going off here. Turn 1 Delver into Blind Flip. I think I'm jamming spells. Like, I don't think that's usually how you approach this matchup, but he's got like a clock going already. And I have a couple of good spells that are just like, if I'm dead, they're not going to do anything. So my plan here is to play Counterbalance on turn 2, and then to play Back to Basics on turn 3, and then draw a Brainstorm and Terminus him, or magically or miracles the Terminus off the top like a maniac, like a Luxac maniac. Yes, like that. But he's gonna daze this one, which is fine because I have another one. Okay, well, this changes my plan because I do not want to get wastelanded. This miracle could end up betraying me in that he could daze it and then surgical it, and then I'm gonna lose. And it also changed my play for the turn, which was to put Counterbalance into play and then try and beat him with this Terminus later. But if he's brainstorming here, it might mean that he doesn't have the daze. Daze is like not that great against us, so maybe he cuts some, or maybe he doesn't have it. Force down to his last card. Okay. I'm gonna play out this. Lightning Bolt, that's fine. So he's got a Bolt and 1 unknown, and it's not a daze. That's all we know. So 3, 6, 9. Which means we cannot fetch. Can't fetch unless we were to blind hit a Terminus, which seems unlikely. So what are we doing? We can play Back to Basics, and then we're hoping to draw Terminus the following turn. I think that's the play. Because we're so close to dead here. If we draw it on the following turn, or if we miracle it off the accumulated knowledge on his turn. Otherwise, we're dead. So we are dead to the Bolt. Decent chance that his last card is a surgical, or it looks like he's got a Red Blast here, which buys me another turn. Not really. Doesn't actually buy me another turn. All right. But it gives me that draw off of accumulated knowledge, which I wouldn't have had. Do I even play out of Fetchland? I mean, I guess I might as well. Might as well. So on his turn, I'm going to start with AK. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good, but we're still just dead to that bolt. So we need to hit one more thing. Oh wait, we're just dead. We're dead to the bolt. Super dead. We would have hit another swords, which would have let us later terminus. That's pretty close. All right. Super fast start for him with the Force of Will. Pretty good. On the play, we should be in much better position. I think I'm going to run it back. Yeah. We brought in these Flusterstorms, which are really nice and should give us a little bit of room to cut the Force of Will and the 2 counter spells. So I'm just going to keep it like this and just hope we don't get turned forward or whatever. Basically the nut draw from Delver against this deck. Okay, this hand's pretty good. I'm just gonna pass because we have our land drop for next turn, and if we get Thought Seized, I'd like to probably would like to Flusterstorm that. Anything else I think I just let resolve. If it's a Delver, I can terminus the following turn or a little later. But I can set up the terminus pretty easily. What I would like to do is set up a terminus with Flusterstorm backup. But I might have to use the Flusterstorm backup now if he Thought Seizes me. It's going to be a Ponder, sure. That tells me he doesn't have a threat, but I think instead of flustering that to keep him from finding a threat, because he might have a Young Pyromancer or Grimag anyway, but I think I'd rather save the fluster for the terminus, basically. On my turn, I will preordain. I'm going to do it before I play the land. I'm going to guess he cut the dazes. If he didn't, it's not the end of the world because I can brainstorm the following turn. And it gets rid of a daze, basically, when I only have 2 lands. So, On the other hand, playing the land makes it more likely that it won't get dazed, which should help me find more lands. But I'm just going to do what I originally said. I don't think it's the end of the world if I get preordained dazed. I don't even think he would daze it. It's possible he will. Let's see if he shuffled. No shuffle. Well, since I drew that land, I still think same thing. Put this one on the... I think I need lands. Supreme Verdict's nice, though. Do I top these? I think it's a little... I'm finding it to be harder to find lands than I thought it would be. Top would be nice because I can end of turn... Or I can next turn snap preordain. Or bottom because I'm looking for lands. Supreme Verdict, again, is pretty nice. I think I need to keep Supreme Verdict at least. I'm going to top and try to Snapcaster next turn. Actually, next turn I might just be brainstorming. Yep. I'm gonna brainstorm now, try and hit a land or swords or both. Okay. Put a brainstorm under a terminus, and I will just go ahead and terminus him next turn. If he thought scours me, that's fine. I have this Supreme Verdict in my hand, and and that gives me a free look at a draw. There's the Thought Scour. Yeah, the Supreme Verdict is kind of nice, especially against the Thought Scour deck, because like I can brainstorm on a turn that that Terminus is really good, and then he'll Thought Scour me, and that gets rid of the 2 cards I don't want, and then I can just Supreme Verdict. Like he'll think Thought Scour is like a decent protection against Terminus. It is here actually, because I'm gonna Terminus 1 for 1, but he doesn't know that. I brainstormed on my turn, which might have looked like I was looking for a land, which I was, but there's no way for. It's not an obvious Terminus setup. Like there's a good chance it's a Terminus setup, but it's not obvious. Like if, for example, he has a bunch of Young Pyromancer tokens and a Gurmag in play, and a True Name, then that's a really obvious Terminus. This one's a little less obvious because it's a 1 for 1. He's gonna think about this though. Could have Stifle in this deck, but gonna Thought Scour himself. That's fine. Got rid of one of his threats. That's fine. We need to figure out a way to kill him. AKs were really what took over the game 1, so maybe we're looking for AK. He has more cards in hand than we do, which is not amazing for us. But we do have all of our land drops, which is also pretty good for us. Pretty good. Again, not amazing. If he plays like a True Name here, I'm probably casting Verdict. Maybe not. I kind of want to set up that play like I mentioned with Terminus and Thought Scour, where he thinks I set up the Terminus and then he Thought Scours me and then I Supreme Verdict him. But I guess that's not like an amazing play. Is he gonna him me or back to basics? Or our Bitter Blossom, I mean? If he does cast, okay, if it's Gurmag, that's fine. I'll just brainstorm and find a Swords to Plowshares. I'm gonna brainstorm now. This is great. What do we not care about? I think back to basics pretty much just wins. So Snapcaster, maybe we don't want the swords. For the Terminus? Okay, Terminus. Terminus on top. I think we're gonna get rid of the Terminus. And we're gonna play swords now. Yeah. Shoot. Do we get rid of the Verdict? I mean, the Supreme Verdict? No. Okay. This one. I want to have Flusterstorm and Force of Will for the back to basics. Alright, we'll do it like this. We're kind of just going all in on this back to basics and hoping it wins. It should. And we'll have this Supreme Verdict as backup as well. But we might have to force bitching. Okay, that's fine. We're not going to fight over that. We have Supreme Verdict. But that does mean our Flusterstorm has to and should counter anything that tries to stop back to basics. Okay. Unless he has like a Spell Pierce and a Daze. If he does, we'll force. If he doesn't, he loses. He has to have 2 dazes now. Two dazes. Otherwise, yeah, no, he didn't have the dazes, but now I think he's dead. Supreme Verdict should seal the deal. And then if he ever manages to land anything else, we can force it. Now we just have to kill him in the time we have here. Jace. We just need to find a Jace. Gonna play AK now. Play out the land. F6 until he plays a land. I think he only has one more land in his deck. We just need to find a Jace or a Mentor. Alright, after that land, I think we'll end up keeping lands in our hand for Brainstorm. Okay, so now we have to protect this back to basics from a red blast without losing to the clock. Hopefully he just does it now so we can just get that out of the way. Any order, shuffle. We've got plenty of protection. That's kind of what we're looking for. I'm just gonna do this fetch now, just to save a little bit of time. We are likely gonna just lose to this clock if we don't find a Jace soon. I'm gonna end up clicking through his Pyroblast of him because of this clock. There's basically no way he wins except for the clock, and the clock making me make a mistake. I think that's all of his lands. He might have one more land. Okay, that's a way to kill him. So I think we'll be able to win now. Just gonna do this now. No real reason to do it or not do it. Just gonna play out some lands. Got lots of force of wills. I will save the next snap for another AK or the Flusterstorm. One, two, three. No. Shuffle. Trying to find a way to kill him quicker because of the clock. Again, to play ideally, I think I would not be casting these brainstorms and things like that. I can play this other back to basics. Then I can start F6ing. 1, 2. I can F6 on his turn if I have 2 back to basics in play. Don't even need the Flusterstorm. He doesn't have any lands left in his deck. I have swords in my graveyard, so I'll on F6 though. I can force a Gurmag here. That's his last spell, so I can double force it. I mean, it's his last land. He can daze stuff to put lands back in his hand, but he probably doesn't have daze on the draw. That's fine. Now I don't have to fetch. Don't think he can. I mean, he could have double force himself. Gurmag plus force. Leaving him with 1 card. And then we can Terminus if we need to. He's going to wait and see if he can find an answer. Now, if he plays Gurmag, we can go Snapcaster, Brainstorm. I guess if he has another Surgical, then that's problematic, but otherwise, even if we miss on a blue card, like, I don't think his Gurmag is going to get there. Delver? Delver is pretty good, actually. Our clock is bad, so... Oh my god. The clock is so bad. Going to 4 should be fine. I don't think he can cast any more spells other than Daze. If he had like a Fire Blast, that would suck. We would lose. Should have thought about that maybe. Not losing to Fire Blast here. Seems reasonable. Grixis Delver almost never plays that card though. I think this is the last spell I'm gonna cast. Yeah. Sweet! Alright, every round is taking 3 games and taking forever. I am very slow. We'll be back for the last round.